What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're loaded up. We got the buggy and our camping gear, and we're gonna go do a solo trip. Well, me and the dog, I'm gonna go do a camping trip down here to a working cattle ranch in Hope, Florida. That's got a couple acre pond and a bunch of woods. So we're gonna set up a tent and cook some food. Got some steak, bacon, got some sausage, got some beans. So we're gonna cook dinner and breakfast and do a little overnight camping trip. Got the buggy with us, something to ride around. So stay tuned and we'll see y'all out there. Let's see if the road is good enough for the trailer with the buggy. There was some low spots. I usually always come in here without a trailer, but we're gonna try it today. Like I said, I just started the YouTube thing, but I've been to this place a bunch, and these are really good people. You might wonder why you'd go camp in the woods and fish a pond in Florida where you got nothing but salt water, but this is just what I like to do. Got a little boathouse down here on the back side of the pond. All right, y'all, we're just pulling up to the spot. Get back in here is about 1.5 to 2 miles, a 2-track trail, and I was dragging that 7x14 side-by-side trailer pretty good over a couple of their water bars. But this is where we're gonna camp for the night, so I'm gonna try and get turned around. Looks like nobody's been back here in a while, but there she is. We have arrived. All right, y'all, just got parked up. We're here. We're at the spot. I love this place. I hope one day I can own property like this. I really do. But this is where we're gonna be, in this corner. I pretty much go to the same corner all the time. Get the tent set up. It's gonna kind of be our area right in here. Looking like it might storm a little bit. I can't tell. It's kind of dark back behind us, but the sun's out right in front of us. That's North Florida. It storms about every day, a couple times a day in the summer. But there's no service out here. I can't look at the radar. I guess I could have looked before we headed out, but we was coming out here regardless today. Oh, we may have to contend with some weather. May have to contend with some weather, but we'll see. This tent here was a Bass Pro Shops clearance deal. Guess they weren't making them anymore. This one in particular is a Quest Overlook 9x8. And I've had 2 or 3 people in here. I don't remember. I know 2 for sure I've had in this tent. And it's durable. This is probably the 3rd season I've had it out. So it's probably a step up above your Walmarts and all that for sure. Yeah. All these North Face duffels I've had for 10 years. I don't know if they still make them, but they're good bags, waterproof. I keep about all my camp stuff in 2 of them, plus the cooler and everything. Got our little 170 steel in case we need to get some more firewood. There's some in the back of the buggy. There's some firewood back here, but we'll go find some deadfall later if we have to. I know that stuff's dry. That's also a Amazon review I'm about to do on that $40 Vulcan axe. Lord knows I got enough axes and hatchets to go around, but one more never hurts. So let's get this tent up, get our cooking stuff set up a little bit, and then we'll see if we can't go wet a line and do some camping. Gotta hydrate the Donald Trump first, and then we'll finish putting our tent back together. Yeah. There you go, buddy. Alright, so got tent up, just 2 poles, nothing crazy on that. We're gonna stake it down. I'm also gonna put the rain fly up tonight because it is thundering and a little bit dark back behind us, so we might get wet in a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the rain fly up as well as soon as I hammer these tent stakes in here. All right, y'all. We've got the tent set up with the rain fly on before it rained. That's a great news. I didn't know it was gonna rain today when we were planning this trip, but as it turns out, it looks like we might get a little wet. I don't think it'll last for long. It's clear over there, but it looks like we might be getting a rain shower blowed over top of us. So I'm gonna throw all the gear in the tent now that I got the rain fly up, and then how to keep everything nice and dry. Might throw this wood in there too, that way it's a little bit easier to light later, or go get some dry shit out of the bushes. But that's it. So tent's up, dog's watered. I forgot we packed him a new softball. He goes through these things like crazy, so we got him a new one, and in the course of the next 24 hours he will absolutely tear it up. So he's got that. He's got dinner in the cooler. We've got dinner in the cooler. And we'll finish setting up camp, show you the final product on that, and then we'll wet a line. Thank y'all for watching. All right, y'all. That escalated extremely quickly. Bright and sunny over there. Pitch black and windy over there. So we're in the position now. I put the wood in the tent. I was going to start a fire, but I'm going to wait till after this storm to start a fire, because there ain't gonna be nothing I can do to keep it going if the bottom falls out of it for a minute here. But it does look like we're gonna get wet in the very near future. So got a little air mattress up, got all our inside bedding and stuff put up, try and keep it dry. We got the wood in there, at least what we got already dry, to stay dry. So we'll see what happens. Next time I check back in with you, we might be getting a little bit wet. All right, y'all. I don't know how well you can hear me. If my mic's on, I think it is. Hello, hello. But it's It's raining pretty good out there. Let's see if that works. It's raining pretty good out there. We really only been here like 45 minutes, but good news is we got the tent up and everything right before the bottom fell out of it. I do like this rain fly on this tent, and as of right now, the wind's cooperating and not blowing water in the door. So that's good news. Bad news is kind of stuck in here unless we won't get soaking wet. So we're gonna have to wait for this to get on out until we can cook us some dinner. We might have to fish in the morning. We'll see. Ooh, it is storming. You can't even see the pond. Can't see the pond. The fire's way out. And we are hunkering down. I kind of put this tent downhill a little bit. Like I said, when I left and I was talking to y'all, I had no idea that it was had any bands of heavy rain in the radar at all. I didn't even look, but here we are, riding it out. I don't know how well y'all can hear me. It's still coming down out there pretty dang good. Donald Trump, our big fearless gun dog's up on the air mattress. He's not a big fan of all this thunder and lightning. Woo! Getting some wind gusts now. Getting some wind gusts, but at the moment we're nice and dry in here, so can't complain. Donald Trump's got some complaints, but that's alright. This $13 air mattress, twin size air mattress from Walmart with a $8 pump for $20 is a game changer, man. I've been doing sleeping bags and a whoopee for my whole life. I don't know why. I seen those backpackers with those ultralight sleeping pads, and I was like, man, maybe getting something a little inflatable would be nice. And man, it's a game changer. It feels like a couch in here. All right, we back outside. We're back outside. We got a fresh softball cracked open for Donald Trump. Just a drizzle, about to start a fire. Let's see. So Donald, look. That's the first time this one's gonna look like this, and the last. Yeah. The Trumpster. Yet. He's on it. Come on. All right, y'all, we're losing daylight, so there ain't no sense in not letting them get it. Come on, sit. He went the wrong way. That's what he wanted the whole time. He's happy now. He's in the water. This is that acre and a half, 2 acre pond. It's actually pretty big. There it is. Come here. Sit. Hey, Donald Trump, sit. Get that ball. Get that ball. Oh, yeah. Happy dog. If you got a lab, put him in the water, man. Even if they mess up your fishing and they're annoying as piss. Even if you don't duck hunt, get you a lab, man. All right, Donald Trump got some of his retrieving in. We're gonna split us a couple sticks. It might rain again, but we're gonna split us a couple sticks and at least try and get a fire going. Move, get. It is getting dark, so I think all we're gonna be able to do is cook us some dinner and have a fire. But truly, we're just using the back of this log. Y'all down here so you can see the back of this log, this wet log right here, and this is gonna be our little kindling that we split up. Flung that one behind me. That's counterproductive. And our wet piece from earlier. All right, getting the fire started. Just split up a little bit of some of that kiln dried stuff, and it's really good. You can start it with nothing but a Bic lighter. You just don't need any fuel or any fire starters other than just a little bit of that kiln dried wood. Pretty much one stick of that kiln dried wood will get you a good campfire going if you got wood around to supplement it with. All right. So we got the fire going. We're gonna have to get our headlamp in a minute, and might look at cooking a steak and maybe some beans. It ain't raining, but it sure is wet. And a lot of y'all say, well, you should have took an e-tool or something and dug a fire ring. Man, I promise you, after that rain, this grass ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna be here until the fire's out anyway, but it just ain't gonna take off from here. It is so, there's puddles everywhere down here. All right, it's about to be dinner time. We are going to proceed to throw this flat top on the back of the buggy, season the steaks, and do the baked beans. Let's get on with it. Well, I guess we got a delay on dinner. I'm still waiting. It's raining again, thunder and lightning, but we do got us a nice fire. Donald Trump hiding from the rain, using me. My last easy up went out in the last storm, so I ain't got no cover outside of the tent of the truck now. But we're gonna wait for this next batch of rain to come through. Sucks I don't have service, can't look at the radar, but after this next batch, we're gonna try and cook them steaks and beans. All right, we ain't gonna cook yet, but we're gonna go ahead and feed Donald Trump because this time of day that mutt regularly eats about 8 o'clock. But he don't care that it's storming. All right, dog's got his campfire meal on the fresh pet, so that just leaves us to cook the steak and beans when it quits raining again. Gonna try and keep the fire going through this one, so I ain't got to restart it when I come back out to cook. Donald Trump ate, as y'all seen, and it's still raining. It's still coming down. So it's only 8:10. So if it lets up and or quits raining altogether, we go grill that steak on the flat top on the back of the buggy and cook the beans. If not, the only thing we're gonna be cooking this trip is gonna be breakfast in the morning. Still got the fire going outside, still got it kind of positioned with some logs where it'll, where if y'all can see it, where it'll stay lit, I hope, stay keeping some coals under there so that when it does quit raining and we go back out, we ain't starting from scratch. Do got the wood still in here, well, what's left of the wood dry, and everything else is dry. The tent's good. The dog's not dry, but the tent's good. I can't complain about the tent. I know that light on that screen is gotta be messing with y'all. Let's see here. But I got the fire in a position to where hopefully it'll stay burning with some coals underneath of it. That way we ain't starting from scratch when we go back outside. Keep forgetting to pause my music. Probably gonna get copyright striked all over. Like I said, I'm new to YouTube, so I don't know how that works, but it's 8:45. It's still raining, but I'm gonna throw another stick on there to try and keep our coals going. Get out there in the rain. Use this shirt. There's our doormat. I left my shoes out there because they're soaking wet. Alright. We're going to take this stick out there and try and put it on fire so we can keep our coals going. Let's do that. First off, crops are soaking down. We still got coals, so I'm going to go stick this underneath there. Out here in a little drizzle. Try and maybe knock this down. Where we can get some protection on it. Let's see if we can't keep the fire going with one more stick. Donald Trump didn't even get out that time. He said, "Screw you, man. I'm staying right here. Right here on the air mattress. You go stoke the fire." Well, it's still raining pretty good. We kept the fire going. That one stick helped out. So, turn the mic off for y'all. Get a little ASMR of this fire in the rainstorm. Whoever says keeping the fire going in the rain is easy, I ain't never done it. If y'all don't know, these black diamond headlamps, wherever you get them from, are about the best, most durable headlamps, man. I've had that one probably 5 years, and I had another one for a while before that. But anyways, just sitting in the tent. All right, y'all, still raining a little bit. It's more like a light drizzle now. I just went and threw another stick on the fire. I guess we about to try and cook a little bit of dinner here. So we'll check in with you at the buggy. Get them steaks seasoned up and them beans heated up. Well, I was just talking good about our headlamp here. And battery's getting kind of weak in it. So, swap these batteries out. Whenever it does that double blank red when you're on white light, That's how you know the batteries are getting low. It tells you. So, see if y'all can see what I'm doing. It's got 3 AAAs in it, so hopefully I got 3 in the pack here. I think I do. Oh yeah. Plenty of batteries. Pop these out. Do them with one hand while I'm filming here. So, old one. Now, let's see here. Plus. And let's see here. We know this is a plus. And let's see what's the next one is. There's a minus up top. And a plus up top. So we got 3 new ones. It is significantly brighter. So there we go. Got them swapped out. All right, y'all, it's 10 o'clock. Finally subsided to a very slow drizzle. And that means that we're about to do some cooking. We've got the flat top heating up here. The Members Mark, not to be confused with Blackstone. Blackstone, holler at me. All right, y'all, Mike's dead, so threw some oil on the flat top, trying to knock a little bit of that rust off. This grill sits outside. Knock a little bit of that rust off with some cooking oil. Got some Slap Your Mama, put on that steak there, that New York strip. Got some bushes, got our skillet to do them in. So that's it. Still the slightest drizzle, but you can kind of see it hitting the grill, but way better than it was. So it's time to cook up. Let's cook up some beans and some steak. We got the grill fired up. What we don't have is a can opener for these beans. Benchmade, I'm sorry. When I send this one back to you to get it sharpened up. No, seriously though, if you got a Benchmade and you use it for shit like this, they will take it back and clean up the blade real good. Or I've even seen them replace them. So they stand behind their products. All right, we got our can of beans here. We just opened with our Benchmade. Put these jokers in the skillet. Let them start heating up. That'll be good. And we're on the low heat here. Let me switch y'all to red and see. Make sure you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna open this New York strip. It's prime New York strip here. Toss it right on the bed of the buggy. That's hygienic. We're gonna take our Slap Your Mama. We're gonna do up this New York strip and this little Slap Your Mama. Little Slap Your Donald Trump. He's down there eating the seasoning. That's good. We're gonna put that right on there on the cold side. colder side. We got our steak going. We got our beans heating up. Here's the rest of our cookware. Let's see if we get a spoon to keep the beans stirred up here. Oh yeah. We got our baked beans going. We got our New York strip going. That's what I've been waiting for. That there is dinner. It rained and rained the first 3.5 hours we were here. This is the first time without any rain since 5 o'clock, and it's almost 10. So, this is longer than 3 hours. It rained 4.5 hours. But I appreciate y'all watching, man. Like I said, I'm new to this YouTube, but I'm not new to the outdoors, hunting, fishing, camping, shooting. I've worked in law enforcement in a past life. If I haven't told y'all, there's some of my shorts that got some shooting and tactical stuff on them. And it's just what we do. When bird season's in, we shoot birds, and I shoot birds. Donald Trump picks them up, and in the summer, the spring, and the fall, do a little freshwater bass fishing, pond fishing. I do some offshore. My good buddy right here in Pensacola owns a fishing charter business, you know, and he runs charters all the time, and I deckhand for him sometimes when I'm off my regular 9 to 5, but not really, but in a sense I do. And he's out on the water every day. I go saltwater fishing whenever I want. If y'all want to see some videos of pulling on some dolphins and trolling the cedar plug around the Gulf of Bonita, let me know, and we do an offshore video with him and his business. But generally speaking, this is me year round. This is what I do, just outdoors, you know. I'm new to YouTube. The buggy's new to me, but generally speaking, I've been doing the same thing for ever. All right, y'all. Steak coming off. On to the pan. Beans heated for consumption. Oh yeah. That's it right there. That's what we've been waiting on. We got dinner. And put this on the low. Keep these beans warm. But that right there, and that right there, that's why we out here. Here you go, y'all. Got the beans, got the steak. That's what we're here for. We switch from teas to the cores. We're gonna do a cores in this New York strip on these beans out here off the back of this buggy. And that is what it's all about. All right, y'all. Well, after a phenomenal dinner, we'll grab another stick for the fire here out of our dry pile versus going and digging around in the bushes. Throw that on there, and we're gonna get our banquet back. Our cores banquet. We're gonna sit right here in this wet chair, listen to some tunes, hang out. Well, the drizzle's finally stopped after a long-awaited dinner. We finally get to burn the rest of the firewood and hang out for a little bit. Well, I dumped them rest of them beans in the bushes I didn't eat, and Donald Trump found them. He's still over there eating them, so I'm sure that's gonna make for a pleasant experience this evening whenever he gets back from tearing up the rest of those Bush's baked beans. Donald Trump digesting his beans. Still got the fire burning, so that's good news. Quits raining altogether pretty much. So. Well, y'all, throw the last piece on here. We'll sit out here, hang out about another 30 minutes. And then I think we're gonna call her a night. All right, y'all. It's 11:50. We got our fire dwindling. It started raining again. So we're gonna tuck in and call it a night. Thank y'all for hanging out, and we'll see you in the morning for breakfast. Good morning, y'all. It's 7:45. It ain't raining no more. That's good news. All right, y'all. It's like 8 o'clock. Let's uncover everything, do a little breakfast. Got the old Swaggerty's sausage. I got a nice one. Cooking a little sausage on flat top this morning. And then we're gonna rig us up a Texas rig and take it down there and throw it up under that particular log right there. As long as Donald Trump will stand for it, which he probably won't. He's not really big into fishing. He's more into swimming and running them off. But it's a bird dog for you. Got the green demon. OG green demon. Alright, y'all. I'm going to show you a couple ways that I rig up to fish bass. I'm sure y'all already know these, but if you don't, you might learn something. So on this first one, I've just got a circle hook with no weight on this SLX. Just a circle hook with no weight at all. And I'm going to take the worm and I'm going to hook it in the halfway point right through the middle and just let it dangle. And that right there is as simple as it gets. That's a worm on a hook. People call it a wacky rig. So that's your wacky rig. Just a circle hook, your plastic bait. I mean, you can rig live worm that way too, but it'll get robbed. But a circle hook, your plastic bait, and just right through the middle of it. And it kind of falls, you know, straight down, and they hit it on the way down usually. So that's a wacky rig. And then use probably one of these bigger worms here. And on this Corrado, I'm going to show you. Take this one out of the way. On this Corrado, I'm going to show you I've got a wide gap hook and I've got a worm weight tied on top of that wide gap hook. And this is a Texas rig. So we get one of our bigger worms. You can use a smaller one too, but you really kind of need that meat for the Texas rig. So you take the head and you put it right down to the shank, to the base of that wide gap hook. You just push it down on there. Okay. Once you get your head on, you slide it up the line. I do it over the eyelet. You can do it under. Pinch up on your worm to where it'll be weedless, halfway sticking out when you run your rig up. And you just leave the barb of that hook barely out, and you can drag this across the bottom and it'll be weedless. That's a Texas rig. I've caught more bass on a Texas rig than anything else. That's just me personally, though. Your results may vary. But you use the top of that hook to keep that head steady, and it look live just like that. And they'll hit this one just as you drag it across the bottom. Versus the wacky rig, they really only hit on the way down. But you can drag this through brush and cover, and you won't pick up anything and get snagged. So you can fish it weedless. You can push all the hook through and fish it open like a wacky, but then you're not weedless. So the point of the Texas rig is kind of fish underneath stuff that will drag it across brush and whatever's in the bottom, and not snag up and lose your hook, weight, and line. So Texas rig and a wacky rig are the two ways I prefer to fish bass. There's a million ways to skin a cat. I mean, I like top water as well, but they ain't always hitting the top water. So sometimes you've got to adjust. But with those two methods right there, you will catch fish. So I just thought I'd show y'all how I do that. All right, y'all, we're gonna start breaking it down. Breaking down what we got going on. And we'll get this tent put up. Kind of shake the rain off, put it up. I'm gonna have to dry it out once I get home regardless. One good thing about this tent is sometimes you get them and they just don't fit back in the bag they come with. This one comes with a really nice bag that holds everything with plenty of room to spare. And it closes up good. So I'll give them credit for that. Say one thing, pretty much every stake that I hammered in with that piece of wood last night ended up looking like this. I have to get some better aftermarket stakes. I also have a liner for the ground that keeps the humidity and moisture out that I forgot to put down. I found it in the bag of my sleeping stuff, and I was like, man, we could have really used that with the rain we had last night. Didn't process any wood from here yesterday, so didn't really get a good feel for this the axe, this new one, $40 on Amazon, this whatever the hell it is, Vulcan. significantly longer to break that one down than it is to put it up. Because those poles just get stuck. Almost like the seams where the poles go to hold it up need to be reinforced better. Well, y'all, it's 11 o'clock. It's starting to get hot. And got the tent, the bottom tent base drying out on the bed of the truck. Kind of make it maybe not so moldy. And yeah, I'm gonna fold this up, pack it up. Got everything else packed up but the buggy, and then we'll take y'all on a quick ride and show you the rest of this place before we leave. campsite there, and then the road back around to the horses where we come in at. But it's cool to be able to ride around, fish different parts of the pond when Donald Trump ain't chasing the bait. This is that hill we were at the bottom of last night. So we were on that hill and our tent was down here. That's why we got so much water. About 7x14, that's about how much room it gives a Ranger 800. About one board on each side. And then you center on the trailer. Yep, that's it. All packed up. We can go down there and throw the ball a couple more times for Donald to dry him off, and then we're gonna head on out. Well, that's a wrap for our solo overnight camping trip with me and the pup. Make sure our coals are out. And that's it. We packed up and we're headed out. Well, that's it for us. We're headed out. I appreciate y'all watching and hanging out with us. Pup dogs wore out and we're on the way out. So we'll see y'all on the next one. And if you do me a huge favor, hit the like button or subscribe or both. It would help me out a ton, and I'd be able to make more of these videos. If y'all have any questions about anything I was using in the videos, drop them in the comments. I'll be glad to help y'all out the best I can.